Have you ever heard of The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind? You haven't? Well, it went from a chapter book to a children's picture book, and now it's a Netflix movie. Listen closely to The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Before we read the book, let's meet the author and the boy in the story, Mr. William Kamkwamba.
Thank you. It's really a great honor for me to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to share my story with you this evening. As you have already heard, my name is William Kamkwamba. I'm from Malawi. So if you are not familiar with where Malawi is in Southeast Africa, bordered by Mozambique, Zambia, and Tanzania. So geographically, that's where Malawi is. I grew up in a very small village in Malawi. I grew up in the family of 7 children. All sisters, excepting me. You can imagine, life wasn't too easy for me growing up.
In a small village in Malawi, where people had no money for lights, nightfall came quickly and hurried poor farmers to bed. But for William, the darkness was best for dreaming. William dreamed of building things and then taking them apart like Legos, like the trucks with bottle cap wheels parked under his bed, and pieces of radio that he'd cracked open and wonder, if I can hear the music, then where is the band that plays the music? His grandpa's tales of magic also whispered in the pitch black of his room. There were witch planes passing through the windows while ghost dancers twirled around the room, as if 100 men were inside their bodies. At dawn in the fields, William scanned the maize rows for magical beings. Maize is corn. And then wondered, as a truck rumbled by, how does its engine make it go? Pay attention where you throw that hoe, his father shouted. You're going to cut off your foot. For all its power over dancers and flying things, magic could not bring the rain. Without water, the sun rose angry every morning and scorched the fields, turning the corn into dust. Without food, the city of Malawi began to starve. Soon, William's father gathered the children and said, from now on, we're only allowed to eat one meal every day, so you better make it last. In the evenings, they sat around the lantern and ate their handful, watching hungry people pass like spirits along the road. Money also disappeared with the rain. Pepani, his father said, I am so sorry. You will have to drop out of school. Now William stood on the road and watched the lucky students pass, alone with the monster in his belly and the lump in his throat. For weeks, he sulked under the mango tree until he remembered the library down the road, a gift from the Americans. He found science books filled with brilliant pictures. With his English dictionary close by, William put together how engines moved those big trucks and how radios pulled their music from the sky. But the greatest picture of all was a machine taller than the tallest tree with blades like a fan. A giant pinwheel? Something to catch magic? Slowly, he built the sentence. Windmills can produce electricity and pump water. He closed his eyes and saw a windmill outside his home, pulling electricity from the breeze and bringing light to the dark valley. He saw the machine drawing cool water from the ground, sending it gushing through the thirsty fields, turning the maize tall and green. Even when farmers' prayers for rain went unanswered, the windmill was more than a machine. It was a weapon to fight hunger. Majesty a Mushifu, he whispered, I will build electric wind. In the junkyard, pieces appeared like rusted treasures in the tall grass. A tractor fan, some pipe, and bearings and bolts that required every muscle to remove. Tonga! he shouted to the birds and spiders, holding up his prize. But as William dragged his medals home, people called out, "This boy is Masala. Only crazy people play with trash." After many weeks, William arranged his pieces in the dirt: a broken bicycle, rusted bottle caps, and plastic pipe, even a small generator that powered a headlight on a bike. For 3 days, he bolted, banged, and tinkered while chickens squawked and dogs barked, and neighbors shook their heads saying, "What's Masala doing now?" His cousin Geoffrey and best friend Gilbert soon appeared. "Muli Banwanji," they agreed. "Can we help with electric wind?" "Grab your pengas and follow me," he said, and took them into the forest. Together, they swung their sharp blades into the trunks of blue gum trees, then hammered them together to make the tower. Standing atop, William shouted, "Bring it up!" While the boys tugged and heaved, a crowd gathered below and gazed at the strange machine that now leaned and wobbled like a clumsy giraffe. Some giggled, others teased, but William waited for the wind. Like always, it came. First a breeze, then a gustling gale. The tower swayed and the blades spun around. With sore hands, once slowed by hunger and darkness, William connected wires into a small bulb, which flickered at first, then surged as bright as the sun. "Tonga!" he shouted. "I have made electric wind!" "Wachita biwano!" a man yelled. "Well done!" As the doubters clapped and cheered, William knew he had just begun. Light could not fill empty bellies, but another windmill could soak the dry ground, creating food where once there was none. Majesti Amifu, electric wind, can feed my country, William thought. And that was the strongest magic of all. I hope you enjoyed the book, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. And remember, it's in a picture book format, also in a chapter book format. And now, here is the Netflix trailer for the movie, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind.
How does it feel, William? I never went to secondary school. Make us proud.
Hey, looking sharp, eh?
You too, man.
Kachokolo is not the wealthiest school in the district, but it's down to each one of you to decide your own level of commitment.
Commitment!
The rains came late this year, and now the trees have gone. Malawi is preparing for a very long, hungry season.
Ukali muntu wamkulo sopana William. Palibe amene yanga titandize.
What are you going to do? Anything new?
It's a pump.
Can you fix it?
Maybe. Mr. Kachigunda, when you turn the wheel on your bike, the light shines. How?
It's magnets.
I can bring water. I know how to do it.
Onopa palibe zako skulu.
We stay, we die.
No! With electricity, we can plant in the dry season.
Antu wakufa kudziwa zimenezo?
Malusiwa, adzalika liti.
Zita kutaka. Ngati Mungu anitandize. Sibale watawa baba. Ndilibeza kulota.